Hello everyone, Meridanius. Today I'm free. I said I should drop this here. I know some of you will surely benefit from it. If not every one of you, you will gain from this. Okay, the truth is hypertension has become one of the commonest disease you can never think of around us today. In fact, it's the leading cause of death all over the world, not just in Nigeria alone, irrespective of where you are. It's known to be the leading cause of death. It's the commonest cause of stroke. Is the commonest cause of ischemic disease. Any form of disease you can think of. Renal disease is one of the causes of renal disease. And now it is said that by the year 2050, more than half of the world population will be hypertensive. That simply means that more than half. That simply means that no one will be spared. Almost 75% of the world population will be hypertensive except the children or the young ones. And now I want to discuss with us what we can do as individuals, as a person, to prevent us coming down with hypertension. This is not actually for those who already have. This is not actually meant for those who are actually already diagnosed of hypertension. If you are already diagnosed of hypertension, you can also do this as well. But for those who are not already diagnosed of hypertension, you can put this into action. You can prevent the risk of you coming down with hypertension. Now, there are things we call the hypertension. What causes hypertension? Hypertension does not actually have cause. It just have risk factors. The risk factors could be modifiable and non-modifiable. And I don't think, okay, let me just talk about the non-modifiable. The word non-modifiable is an English word. Non-modifiable is in the sense that there is nothing you can actually do about it. Number one is that you being a black person, whether a black American, an African, you being a black person, you are at risk of coming down with hypertension. And another is that increasing in age, everyone must grow old, except those that will have to go before old age. Everyone will increase. As you are increasing in age, you are getting predisposed to coming down with hypertension. And another is sex. You being a male person, man, you're at risk of coming down with hypertension. This simply means that men are more at risk of coming down with hypertension than female. And that is what? Okay, that is that. The modifiable risk factor, this is what we actually want to talk about. This simply means that you can do something about it. That is why it's called modifiable. You have the power to do something about it. You have the power to prevent you from coming down with hypertension. What are the modifiable risk factors? Obesity. If you are very big, as in you are big. Obesity is from when your BMI is above 30. Yeah. Now above 40 is morbid. It's morbid. When you are above 30, you're already obese. Could be obese type 1, obese type 2, type 3, morbid obesity. Now, any form of obesity is a risk factor for hypertension. What you must do is that you must ensure, how do I prevent coming down with obesity? How do I prevent coming down with hypertension if I'm obese? You must do everything possible to cut down your weight. Everything possible. All you have to do, physical activities, exercise, diet modification, you have to do all of those things to cut down your weight. Another is those that are, another modifiable risk factor for hypertension are those that take excess salt. Friends, salt is not food. Your body just needs a little salt to survive. You loading yourself with excess salt, you are predisposing yourself to hypertension. I said earlier that all the diseases you can think of that moves around, hypertension is the leading cause of them. Hypertension is known today to be the leading cause of death worldwide. Do you understand me? Now, you must reduce your salt intake. You must cut down on your salt intake. At least, the truth is, there is a way God created our taste bud that with time, there are some person that don't even put salt in their food, just little. With time, your body, your taste bud will get used to it. There are some food I take now. When someone else take, they will be screaming, this food is not sweet at all, but it's sweet. My taste bud has gotten used to that. Now you must reduce your salt intake. Another risk factor is monosodium glutamate. Anything that contains monosodium glutamate, any form of those seasoning cube. I don't just want to mention the name so that, but you know all the cube you normally use in cooking, all the sweeteners you put in your food. They are silent killers, and no one will tell you about this. No one will tell you about this. They are destroying you or destroying the person who is consuming it gradually. In order to prevent you from coming down with hypertension, you must abstain from this. There are many other ways you can cook your food, and your food will be so sweet without you adding a seasoning cube to it. You can use enough onions. These are natural ingredients. You can use enough onions, garlic, iru, the native Maggi we normally use, crayfish. Use those things to like make your food tasty. But you applying seasoning cube, you are gradually predisposing yourself to hypertension. You must abstain. You must decide what comes into you. Because of this, is you are mindful of what you eat. You are careful of the kind of places you eat from. Now, for me, I normally eat the food that is cooked in my house. Any other food, forget it. It's not because I'm hypertensive, no. I'm just being careful. The wise one said that he that knows and know that he knows is wise. If you know that this thing can kill you, why engaging in it? If you know that this thing will predispose you to bad end, why engaging yourself in it? Just the way those cues will predispose you to hypertension, why eating it? And what there are other means you can make your food tasty and perfect without adding anything that contains monosodium glutamate. Okay, another risk factor is that you must engage in regular exercise. You must engage in regular exercise. Any form of sedentary lifestyle, remove it from your life. Regular exercise that will enable will increase the elasticity of your blood vessels. Right? Will increase the elasticity, will prevent any form of fat depositing in your blood vessels. I don't want to use medical terms so that you just understand it the way they are. You understand me? You need regular exercise. Another risk factor is that if you are a smoker, you must stop smoking. That simply means that one of the is modifiable because you can stop smoking. Even those people that are producing the cigarette will tell you that smokers are liable to die young. Smoking is a risk factor for hypertension. And hypertension is a killer. You must stop it. I'm not saying reduce it, you must stop it. Stop smoking in order to prevent hypertension. You get another risk factor is alcohol. I won't say stop taking alcohol, but you can reduce your alcohol intake. Yeah, this is beautiful, right? I know you will say, this is good, right? But if you can stop it, why not just stop it? If you can, why not just stop it? But if you know you cannot, cut the consumption down. Bring it down. If you can do all of these things, you cut down on your weight, you increase physical activities, If you work in the bank, you must engage in physical activity. If you do the kind of work that you have to sit in one place, you must engage in physical activities. You must be mindful of your salt consumption. You must be mindful of any food that is cooked with anything that contains monosodium glutamate. I mention all the cubes. I don't want to mention the name so that somebody will not have to come and sue me, right? All the cubes, right? You must cut down on your alcohol intake, but you must stop smoking. Right? You must stop smoking. Anything that contains high glucose index, you must cut down on them. You must cut down on them. If you can do all this, you've reduced your chance or your chances of coming down with hypertension. If you already had an hypertension, if you already diagnosed of hypertension, you're on medication, perfect. You must understand that hypertension does not have cure. All you do is that you manage it. And you must be on drugs every day of your life. Do not say today that my BP is normal, that is over. You're going to stop your medication. No. You must continue your medication every day. It doesn't have cure. You get? You must be on your drugs on daily basis. And all this prevention, these things I listed, they are prevention. If you can do all these things I listed, trust me, with your medication, you are good to go. If it's like you're a young person, young, less than 50, and if you can adhere hook, line, and sinker to all these preventive measures that I've listed, trust me, that can take care of you. You may not even need drugs. As long as the BP is not that high, you may not even need drugs. If you can take care of all these things, you're mindful of what you eat, your weight is within normal range, you don't smoke, your alcohol intake is reduced, you are mindful of your things that contain sugar, salt intake, you exercise, cube intake, you are mindful of all of them. You are mindful of where you go to, where you eat. Trust me, you'll be good. You'll be good. You may not even need drugs. Because the best method of managing hypertension is preventing it. The best method of taking care of it is prevention. I know you've gained a lot from this. Hypertension is a silent killer. You may not even know that you are hypertensive. In fact, more than 45% of Nigerians who are hypertensive don't even know that they are hypertensive. And those that know, less than 15% of them are only the ones that are on medication. It means that a large number that even know that they are hypertensive, they are not on medication. And the 45% that doesn't even know that they are hypertensive, they are not on medication. That simply means that you must check your blood pressure regularly. As long as you're already an adult, you are above 40, you must check your blood pressure regularly in order to prevent complications that are associated with hypertension. And if you can keep all these things, trust me that you'll be good. You'll live in good health. I mentioned earlier that majority of the diseases that we are battling in this part of the world, majority of them are due to high blood pressure. And if you can prevent high blood pressure, you will live in good health. Please, friends, if you have not subscribed to this channel, please do that right away. And let's take this ministry to the permanent site. Thank you and God bless you.